Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. Thank you for subscribing and liking my channel. So before I talked about what is yoga, now I'm going to talk about what is yoga therapy. Yoga therapy is based on the of diagnosis or treatment which we are going to give for other patients. For example, if a patient is coming with a severe back pain, we have to take a previous history of their own time, like how long the back pain has been, and with that we have to diagnose the patient. Before diagnosing the patient or palpation, like darshanam is observation, sparshanam is palpation, prashanam is interview, nadi pariksha is checking the pulse. So before touching the patient, we have to ask whether we can touch a person, or if he's feeling comfortable if we touch a person, whether it is a boy or a girl. So we have to be very careful with the way we are doing. So we have to give a yoga therapy based on how they are. If they are having severe back pain, we are not supposed to give forward bend. Instead of that, we can give backward bends. Then asanas to reduce back pain. First we have to give the bhujangasana and stay. Then we have to give Sedubandhasana, lifting up, Sedubandhasana, lifting the hip and hands up. Then we can give Pavanamuktasana, or else Pavanamuktasana only head should be backside. Then we can modify it. Surya Namaskara we cannot give forward bend. Instead of forward bend, we can just give backward bend with Ashwashanjalasana. This is the only way which we can diagnose the patient having severe back pain. And yoga therapy is only for diagnosis and treatment, but it is related to yoga. So we have to understand the difference between yoga and yoga therapy. Many people will ask, what is the difference between yoga and yoga therapy? Yoga is the equanimity of the mind. Yoga therapy is based on the treatment and analysis and diagnosis of the patient. So in yoga we give certain procedures and protocols in which we have to follow for them. In a yoga therapy, we can give a diagnosis and to treat a patient who is suffering from various diseases. So there is a difference between yoga and yoga therapy. And whenever we are studying that subject, we have to get into deep idea of a patient and then go with that. Then there is a vyuham in yoga therapy. We have to follow hem, hetu, hanam and upayam. So hem, we have to understand their problems. First we have to make them to talk about their problems, and we have to, as a yoga therapist, we have to understand the patient. If we can't understand the patient, then there is no use of doing diagnosis of a patient who is suffering from various diseases. Then they will say the people is not understanding. So we have to understand the patient, what is their background, what is their family background, and we have to take past history. How long have you been working? How long have you been in computer for a long time? How long you have been in a household chores? That kind of a questions we have to ask them. Then allow the patient to talk for a minute. We are not supposed to interrupt the patient, so allow them to talk. That's the most basic thing for a yoga, as being a yoga therapist. So you have to make them understand. Then only slowly if they become normal, then we can give more advanced other practices. So I am telling that main cause is you are going to become, if you are going to become a yoga therapist, the main procedure is you have to diagnose the patient. You have to make them understand. You have to tell them you are not supposed to do forward bend if you have severe back pain, or if a patient is coming with severe cervical spondylitis problem, you are not supposed to give head rotation mildly. So you are supposed to give mild exercises. You are not supposed to give severe, you are not supposed to give backward bends, then it will aggravate the pain. So you have to analyze the patient, understand the situation. Based on the situation, you have to give the practices. So I am telling the difference. Now you have understood the clear idea of what is the difference between yoga and yoga therapy. Thank you all again.